so let's put the quadratic formula in motion. Okay, so A is what?
1.
1. And B is?
3.
And C is?
-5.
Okay, let's fill this in. B is 3 and 3, 1 and 1, -5. Now we just have to simplify. Now the key to the quadratic formula is you just keep simplifying until you can't simplify anymore. Okay? So I say -3 plus or minus the square root of 9. A negative and a negative make what? Positive 20 all over 2. Can I simplify? Yes. -3 plus or minus square root of 29 all over 2. Can I simplify? Nope. I think that's it. So my two roots would be -3 plus or minus root 29 over 2, or -3 plus or minus root 29 over 2. Oops, what did I just do? It's going through the motions. Plus and minus. Thank you. And so when you put this into a calculator, you would actually find an amount, which I think is a little bit over 1, and the other root I think is a little bit more than -5. And would this quadratic be smiling or frowning? Why? The coefficient of x squared is positive, so this would be a smiling graph. Yes, Aljan? I would keep going until you cannot simplify anymore. All right, let's move to number 3. Okay, let's do number 3. So this is the form we need. This is the standard form of the quadratic equation. We skipped 2 for right now. So for number 3, what should I do so that I can get it into standard form? What do you want to move? You could move the 2x and the 15 over here, or you could move this over here. That's easier. The only thing you need to remember about that is right now, is this graph smiling or frowning?
Smiling.
It's smiling. But if I were to move this, it would look like it's frowning. Just when you're graphing, because you're going to put all of this together for your test. You should know all of it, because it all relates to each other. So, I mean, for solving this equation, it doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, overall, I don't want to tell you to subtract 2x squared from both sides, and if somebody asks you, well, is that a positive quadratic or a negative quadratic, and then you tell them that it's a negative because the negative 2x squared is over here, and it's frowning. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. So I just want to say that if you're going to move it, you have to remember that it was originally smiling. Okay, so let's move it over, and I would get -2x squared plus 2x plus 15. This should be a breeze because you're used to, from your homework, moving things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, what is A?
2.
-2. What is B?
2.
And what is C? 15. So B goes here, 2 and 2, -2 and -2, and 15. Let's simplify. X equals -2 plus or minus the square root of 4. I have 2 negatives, so this is going to be positive. 15 times 4 is 60. 60 times 2 is 120. All over -4. Continue. -2 plus or minus the square root of 124 all over negative 4. Continue. How could we make how does 124 factor? Oh, you guys already did it. 2 times 62 makes 124. 2 times 31 makes 62. So I could factor this out as negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared times 31 all over negative 4. Are we done? Negative 2 plus or minus 2 rad 31 all over negative 4. Are we done?
No.
Why? Not just 5. There's a 2, a 2, and a 4. Right? So we could further simplify this. Okay, but they're all sharing. It's like saying, what would be a good analogy? It would be like saying if I had negative 2a plus 4b all over negative 4. Wouldn't I take a 2 from everybody? So it would be like saying 2 times a plus 2b all over negative 2 times 2, and I would cancel the 2's, right? We're going to do the same thing over here with this. We're going to say, I'm going to take a 2 from everybody on top. So I'm going to take a 2 from negative 2. What would I have left? What? Negative 1. I'm going to take a 2 from 2 square 31. What would I have left? 1 times left. Square root 31. And I'm going to take a 2 from this 4 down here. What would I have left? Negative 2. The 2's would cancel, and now I am completely simplified. This answer would be negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 31 over negative 2. Okay, so I think that's enough to get you guys started. Questions? Okay, good job.